Welcome to part 3 of Knights of the Old Republic. War, titled, A Deadly Ruse. We join Zayne aboard the ship that was captured by the Mandalorians on Essien. Jander Kace, Kosornel, and Krake are taking the ship to Fida, Zayne's homeworld, and Zayne has unwillingly become part of a plan to deceive the Republic forces guarding it. Zayne radios Fida, saying that the entire militia he was part of has been wiped out by the Mandalorians, and that Captain Morvis and his crew are in the sickbay. He fakes a cough and says that the Mandalorians used biological weapons on them, and they are all infected. The Republic forces are reluctant to allow the ship to enter the FIDA system without permission from High Command, but Kace steps in and says that Zayne needs immediate medical attention, but Kace and the other Jedi are unaffected. He even wears a mask to appear convincing. He uses his force powers to influence the Republic captain to allow them to land on Fidacom, a station just outside the system. Kace praises Zayne for his quick thinking and for coming up with the fake plague. Zayne tells him that he will continue to help the Mandalorians, as long as they don't invade Fida and hurt anyone on the station. Zayne is placed inside what appears to be a sealed bag to contain the supposed plague. Once the ship is on Fidacom, he emerges from the bag with warts all over his face. The captain, afraid that the infection will spread, tries to get his personnel to evacuate, but Kace says that they have already been exposed to the infection and need to quarantine on the station. Getting impatient, Krake and the Mandalorian soldiers emerge from the ship and start shooting at the Fidacom crew. Kace kills the captain and orders the station to be secured before they can warn the planet of the invasion. Zayne is furious that Kace broke his promise not to hurt anyone. Kace says that they are fighting a war and have no choice. Meanwhile, Kosornel has found information valuable to Kace in the Fidacom files, which we'll find out about soon. Kace leaves Zayne under Sornel's supervision. Zayne has almost given up hope that he can save his people when Sornel tells him that she did end up sending the message that Zayne had asked her to in the previous issue. She also received a reply. The civilian Zayne wanted to get in touch with is Marn Hieroglyph, Zayne's old employer at a restaurant on Coruscant, who was also involved in several black market operations and high-level underhand deals. Zayne wanted Marn to find out everything he could about Jander Kace. In his reply, Marn says that he couldn't access the files at the Jedi Council, but the Defense Ministry has a secret file on him. Zayne confronts Kace, armed with new information. It turns out Kace had been captured by the Mandalorians during the Great Sith War, more than 30 years previously. During that time, he assimilated into their culture and lived as a Mandalorian until they were defeated. He returned to the Jedi and ended up getting a seat on the Jedi Council. However, because of his time spent with the Mandalorians, he strongly opposed the Jedi's involvement in the next war, for which he was kicked off the council. After that, he joined the Jedi Knight Revan, seemingly to fight against the Mandalorians. In reality, his plan was to make contact with them so he could join their side once again. Zayne also reveals that he knows Kace's plan: to attack the Jedi Academy on Dantooine. That is why he took control of the communications station, Fidacom, so that they would not be able to warn anyone of the impending attack. The information that Sornel found in the Fidacom files was a list of all the Jedi Masters on Dantooine. For Zayne, attacking the Jedi Academy touch is a very sore nerve. In the past, he was accused of massacring young Jedi Padawans himself, and it took nearly everything he had to clear his name. Kace tells him that he does want the Mandalorians to win, and that he is willing to kill for it, but he will not kill younglings. They will be raised as Mandalorians and will become the new Mandalorian Knights. He shows Zayne a picture of the Mandalorian woman he loved. She was killed by a bomb launched by a Jedi. Kace truly believes that the Mandalorians will create a better society than the Republic has, and asks Zayne to join the struggle on their side. He leaves Zayne and Sornel alone together once again, convinced that if Zayne were released, he would end up joining their side willingly. Zayne insists that Sornel help him stop Kace, saying that she owes him for saving her son and her. Sornel reveals that she is uncomfortable with the idea of targeting younglings, but she cannot defy orders that have come from Mandalore himself. Zayne says that she doesn't need to help him directly. She just needs to let him go, and he swears he won't warn Dantooine. Zayne tells her that in the time they spent together, she has become like family to him, and he swears an oath of honor as a Mandalorian. Back on the planet Halthor, Morvis and his captured crew are attempting to escape from the slave hut. To Morvis' surprise, Zayne enters. He tells Morvis that he still doesn't believe in killing for the Republic, but he isn't going to let the Mandalorians hurt people. He says he will help Morvis escape if he helps him steal a dreadnought. And that's where Part 3 of Knights of the Old Republic War ends. Join us next time to find out if things will ever go Zayne's way.